Hey, what's up? It's Luke, and in this video, I'm gonna give you a quick update, what I've been up to and where I'm going and what's coming for you in the near future. So I've got some big stuff planned, and I've been silent for quite a while because I've been working on myself, working on my business. And in case you didn't know, I recently started, well, I guess not recently anymore. It's been about 15, 16 months in business. I started a supplement company where we sell lion's mane extracts. So it's medicinal mushrooms. They help you support your memory. They help you support focus. I started out growing the mushrooms and extracting them myself. And I had been taking lion's mane for about 5 years before I started doing that. But I really liked lion's mane. I realized there were some problems inside of the mushroom industry, and I decided to go ahead and make my own. And it started as a hobby, and then I launched some Facebook ads to just see if some people would like it. I whipped together a quick website, got a label designed, etc. And we had some initial interest. So I basically just took that as a signal that we've got proof of concept, and I shut down my marketing agency and went full in. So it's been a wild ride. I took all my savings, put it in, basically sacrificed a $30,000 monthly income to go ahead and do this. And it has been quite challenging, to say the least. And now we're starting to see some fruits of the labor, some fruits of the mushroom. So I'll give you a quick little background on the business. Started out pretty much doing like 10K a month from the first month. And I was pretty much stuck there for like 8 to 10 months straight. And when I say that, I'm talking revenues, not profits. I was actually losing some months like $10,000 on top of what I was earning right there. So like I would earn 10, and by the end of the month, I was net negative 10,000. And because I was putting a lot into the business, buying equipment, buying ads, things like that. So it was a very intense, cost heavy, just taking up a lot of income, right? So I was hovering around that $10,000 a month mark for almost a year straight. I got a hold of some mentorship, and that mentorship helped me take off. So here in October, we actually wrapped up at 82,000 for the month. Now, the business is still not profitable. I still lost $10,000 at the end of that 82,000. And I say lost, but it's more, I'm investing into the company. But the effect is the same for me and my lifestyle on the bottom line. I'm not adding any money to my bank account. I'm still eating into what it is that I have. And I'm using loans to grow the business. I have a couple income streams on the side, which are basically paying for my lifestyle expenses. I actually moved back in with my parents about 6 months ago. And that was actually the catalyst to the growth, going from 10K to 82K per month. Now here in November, we went down a little bit because Black Friday raised all the competition on the Facebook ad spend. That's where we drive most of our business. So I wrapped up at about 54,000 in November. But here in December, we're off to a really strong start. So I think we'll be back up at that 80 mark or whatever. But yeah, that's a long-winded way of saying we're experiencing a lot of progress in the business. It's been a long slog. And just to kind of inspire you, hey, like, get a longer time frame view on your goals and what you're capable of. At the beginning, I started and I expected some initial success. I had a pretty good track record with my marketing campaigns over the last couple years, and I expected to pretty much hit the ground running. In the first 2 weeks when I launched the project, I sold about $10,000 worth of the mushrooms. So I was like, man, I'm gonna be rich. This is gonna be a quick path. But it wasn't. So there were all these logistic things that went down. When I was growing the mushrooms myself, obviously, that was a huge time suck, especially coming from a highly optimized workflow of running my marketing agency, where I was able to service a client and make $2,500 per client per month off of virtually like an hour of work per week, which was fantastic, right? So I went from that world of being highly optimized to now growing mushrooms by hand, harvesting them, extracting them, hand packing all of the labels, like really took a step back. So I had to humble myself and acknowledge that all the progress that I had made in the marketing world didn't necessarily transfer over into being a farmer, right? But I did get to leverage the skills that I had cultivated in my marketing experience. And that's why I was able to sell some out of the gate. But the logistics of basically fulfilling this and creating the product, that they were really, really tough. So I found a partner in Dallas who would grow the mushrooms for me, do the extractions for me. Then all I had to do was pack, right? So I was doing that for a couple months. And then the packing was just really time consuming. My fingers would literally bleed. That's how long it would take. So I found a buddy who wanted an extra side gig. So I gave him $1,000 a month to do it. Now, keep in mind, I was still losing money every single month. So that's why I kind of hung on to the packing, or hung on to the growing a little bit longer than I should. Now, this is the stuff you have to do if you don't have a lot in your savings, or if you can't access a loan out of the gate. In hindsight, if I would have been a bit better with my money over the years leading up to this, I would have been able to access a loan and come out of the gate and have somebody helping in all the arenas, right? But we make our choices in life, and we have to operate based off of reality. So I had to confront the reality that even though I was making a lot of money in the marketing agency world, I hadn't saved up a lot. So I had a little bit. I had enough to buy the initial equipment to run initial testing. But after about 6 months of just beating it and losing money every single month, my savings were evaporated, right? My bank account was hitting zero every single week, multiple times per week. So I'd get the sales coming through, the Facebook ad costs would go out the door. It'd be coming in just in time. So it was pretty crazy. But then when I got my first loan from Stripe, I got a little bit of relief. So that was kind of the long way of saying that it's been flying really close to the ground this whole time. And just now here, like 15, 16 months into the business, finally getting so much momentum that it's less scary, right? We're still not printing money, anything like that. But on a monthly basis, we have about $5,000 to $10,000 of sales coming through previous customers. So now if I turn ads off, right, we've got that. Now, again, that's revenues. So that's still nothing I could live off of just yet. But thankfully for me, I've set up recurring revenue streams that cover my living expenses. So that's all fine and good. I'm surviving. I'm thriving, and I'm able to do fun stuff. So another update about me is I pretty much traded girls for guns over the last 6 months. So when I moved into my parents' house, I picked up pistol shooting, and I actually started competing, having a fun time with that. Took home the gold on the last competition. Small comps with 10 to 15 people, but yeah. So I essentially took all the time that I was putting into dating girls and Tinder and all that. And when I was in my apartment, I pretty much had like 3 girlfriends, right? Basically in rotation, some great women. Had a great time with them, but it was very time consuming. So traded girls for guns, got pretty damn good at guns, and we'll be posting some videos about that here shortly. So building the business, trading girls for guns, living at my parents' house, which is kind of weird as a 29-year-old guy, but you do what you got to do. I could have kept living at my apartment, but the apartment rent was $3,000 a month, and I decided to use that for my business instead, and it paid off. We went from 10 to 82K per month. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been doing. I've learned a lot, as you can imagine, just being silent, keeping to myself, and working hard, working on disciplines, and reading a lot, doing a lot of info gathering. I have 3 or 4 mentors right now. I'm paying for a lot of mentorship, and it's really just leveling up my game, leveling up my perspectives, my work ethic, my output, and my input. The quality of input is changing, and therefore my output is changing as well. So a lot of changes for me personally. Just wanted to give you guys an update here on YouTube for, we don't have a lot of subscribers here, but if anybody has been wondering where my videos are, that's what's up. I've just been head down trying to grow this business, and I'm pretty much getting at a point where I've got a little bit more time to share some stuff with you guys. I got a lot of stuff that I've learned, so stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting some videos here. If you watch this far, appreciate you, thank you, and we'll talk soon. Peace.